I'm Joshua Potts, Mr. Pottsville, always with the brother with the same mother, Aaron Potts, Super Hot Potts. I mean, your favorite two black runners coming at you every single
Two black, two.
run it up, run it up.
Tuesday. Got all the vocals for y'all today. Running report tees are out. They dropped last week on the hair.
Yes, sir.
Make sure y'all get that before we get into the podcast. Just make sure y'all get the For the Culture tees, man. That represents everything about us and what we do. And we really about the culture. And y'all know what it is because y'all the real ones because you tune into the podcast. But what's good? Two Black Tuesday. We back with a special guest too.
For real, like we ain't two black runners today. We three black runners in the building. Jamison Michael on the podcast. Jami Reviews doing it big, gonna help us out with our Olympic recap. Jamison, just how's it going, bro? Like the Olympics are crazy. I'm pretty sure you have to be tired from last week, but we got to digest it a little bit. We go talk everything out. How you going?
Man, I was tuned in to every single event, man. I was glued to the TV. Once at work, had the app on my phone. I was into it, man. It's a lot to break down today, and I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, we're excited to have you. But just like Aaron just said, though, you gotta make sure you guys pick up those for the culture tees. There's not a whole lot. Make sure go buy them, go purchase them. But if you can't do that, come on, you gotta just support the pod, bro. Leave a review, rate the pod. Anything you can do, watch on YouTube, listen on anywhere you listen to podcasts, share with a friend, like show the support, and we just keep on going and going. But y'all pretty much want to dive into this? Y'all ready? Y'all want to dive in?
Yeah, let's hop in it. Let's hop in it.
Where we starting at, man? Where we starting?
Well, we got to start off where the Olympics probably had one of the most iconic and talked about races in the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, the women's 4x400 meters. Now, we know the U.S., we low-key always dominate the 4x4, but this time it really just hit different with the inclusion of the two of the best women 400 meter hurdlers of all time, of Sydney McLaughlin and Tallulah Muhammad. Topped on that, you have the future of the sport potentially with the Thing Mo, who just got her first gold medal in 800 and American record. And then you had the legend, Allyson Felix, 11 Olympic medals, most ever by American in track and field, all meet up in the women's 4x400, and they ran 3:16 and completely dominated the field. And just, was this the most legendary 4x400 team ever assembled? I know they didn't break the record or the American record, but just this having like the legend, the stars right now in the sport and the future, was this like the most legendary team we ever saw, Aaron?
I think so, man. And I think it has to do definitely a lot with the characters we had in there with like Sydney McLaughlin, like she is now, it's her moment. Tallulah, we all know her greatness. Olympic champion, world record holder, former world record holder, world champion, and then Allyson Felix, the most decorated. And the thing, we see so much promise in her. And for this to be Allyson's final Olympics that she's gonna do this, I just think it was the significance of the moment of when it happened, and it just felt like something that we're gonna remember 4 years from now, 3 years from, or 8 years from now, whatever. We're gonna remember that 4x4 that had all these epic legends on it. And so it was super awesome to see.
They should have been wearing capes. Jamie, what were you thinking about it at 4x4?
Man, as far as legendary, I think by far. And I know they didn't break the world record, but you gotta think about it. That was about star power. Like, I think of it as like the Avengers movies. You had Iron Man, you had Captain America, you had the whole squad, and each one had their own storyline kind of happening.
Yeah.
Right. You had the Thing Mo going from NCAA, and she dominated the whole year. You had the legendary Allyson Felix. No, her last run, she shouldn't be here. She was not supposed to be here. Yet she got there, got her own individual medal. This was her victory lap. And then you have the two greatest hurdlers of all time on the women's side. In their primes. You take all the storylines, combine it together, bruh, like that was all I wanted. Like that solidified for me. Like I walked out a happy man from the Olympics. I said, you know what? That's what I want to see. I can walk out happy.
Yeah, and I'm just happy that like it didn't get political, where they're like, hey, we have to have like, and no offense to Quinera, she's a great athlete as well, but it wasn't like, oh, we have to have this person because she's a 400 runner, and like this person. They were like, no, we're getting the 4 best people, and we're putting them on this squad, and it's like Allison's on this. I mean, she got a bronze medal, which is insane, but it's like Allison is on this. I wish they would have made her anchor, because
they should have. Honestly, I've seen people tweeting like they're not going to put their Allison Felix on anchor and risk her getting ran down. I'm like, she got bronze. Like, what do you mean she's like risk her ran down? No one's, if you have a thing mode to Lila Muhammad and Sidney McLaughlin ahead of you, no one's running you down. I could have been out there.
And none of those, if you were to ask any of those women, are you worried about Allison Felix getting ran down? They would slap you in the face.
For real.
Like, you think Allison Felix gonna get ran down in her last Olympic race ever after she just got a bronze medal and ran 49?
That's not happening.
No, bro. She ain't gonna get ran down. She gonna run even faster. It's her last.
Should have put her on anchor. Yeah, should put her on anchor. But it was cool seeing the thing mode do it too. But I also want to talk about this other relay, the Jamaicans 4x100 meter relay. I think all the Americans were holding our breath to make sure they don't break the world record in the 4x1. But the star power that they had together with Elaine Thompson and Shelly Ellen Fraser-Price and Sharika Jackson as well, one of their greatest 400 runners of all time. Like what they did in that 4x100 is that star power, at least in Jamaica, match up to that iconic and legendary moment that we seen in that 4x4. Because Elaine Thompson, right now, like you being the only other person to be a back-to-back Olympic champion in the 100 and the 200 at the Olympics, like she's really in that conversation of being one of the greatest women sprinters of all time. So matching up that 4x100 to that 4x4, does that match up in just that legendary status, Jamison?
Man, Jamaica owns it right now, man. Like what she did, like I was the person that had doubts. I'm like, she can't do it again. It's not gonna happen again.
Yeah.
Just watching the women's football, the open 100, they swept the whole thing. You combine that for the 4x1, it's solidified, man. It's solidified. Like she has to go down as one of the GOATs of the 100 meter. You can't argue that.
Yeah. I think what they did was amazing, especially you have Elaine and Shelly Ann Fraser-Price on the same relay. Like, that's insane. Shelly Ann is so decorated. Elaine is so decorated. But like, hey, let's think back. I mean, USA got the record, and that team was Tiana Bartoletta, Allison Felix, Bianca Knight, Carmelita Jeter. Okay? Like, think about that.
That's nice.
That team, that's a crazy team, and that's an epic 4x1. You know, I think that I just think something. I don't know if I'm a little USA biased, but you know, our stars just hit a little bit more, in my opinion.
Man, I wish we would have had those guys or those girls in their primes versus this team in their prime. I think it'd have been a whole different race.
Ooh,
I think the record would have got broken by either one of those teams.
Oh. They would have pushed each other for sure.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I want to see. It's like they had it in the bag. The gun went off. It was over.
Basically. But we're moving on to the men's 1500, something that definitely when the gun go off, you don't know who's going to win. And in the Two Black Runners podcast, this has been a hot topic for months. Hot topic, the men's 1500, specifically with this guy Aaron over here with this dude Cole Hawker. But Jacob Ingebrigtsen came out with the win, 3:28, number 8 all time. The dude's only 20 years old. His birthday's in September. He was born in 2000. Crazy. He hasn't been turned 21 yet. Wins his first Olympic gold medal. Timothy Chariot right behind him, and Josh Kerr as well, finishing in 3rd place. Just first off, just what did you guys think of the race? Jacob Ingebrigtsen getting his first title. Like, is this the start of his reign of dominance? He's only 20 years old, winning his first Olympic gold in the 1500. Is this the start, Aaron, or are you still riding that Cole Hawker bandwagon? What's going on with you?
I mean, I think this is the start of, you know, his dominance, because this was the first time he's ever been able to beat Timothy Chariot. Like, they were saying, like, at 12 races against each other, he hasn't been able to beat him. And when he finally does beat him, it was at the biggest world stage, and he's only 20. So like, I think he figured it out. But we want to talk about the Cole bandwagon. Let's talk about the Cole bandwagon, okay? My guy got sixth place.
Cole train.
My guy got sixth place, right? He got sixth place, ran 3:31, broke the Olympic record in the process, just along right with them. Also is only 20 years old, but he's same age as Jacob, but he's not training like Jacob. He's in college, bro. He's been running since indoor season, bro.
That's a good point.
There wasn't the only other like real collegiate athletes up there is like, we had a thing who won, right? We have Javon Harrison that got fifth place in the long jump, or was it fifth place in long jump?
Long jump.
In the high jump. We got and we have Cole Hawker getting sixth place.
Tara Davis.
What place did she get?
I don't know what place you got. I'm sorry.
All I'm saying is the top finishers I see are like a thing like Javon. Like when you're finishing in your event the same place as Javon Harrison, I mean, that says a lot right there. That says a lot right there. So I'm excited to see like if he decides to go pro and he starts to just train, he's on that schedule of a pro. How fast can he run? Because this is the fastest race we've seen him in, and he performed. He did great.
Can we just go there right then, this next question? Because I think this is really interesting. I know Jacob did his thing, Timmy Cheron got second, but I think the addition of having Josh Kerr in there, it's his first Olympic Games, not his first world major, but he was the used to be NCAA record holder in the 1500. And having Cole Hawker being this polarizing figure in NCAA last year too, Kerr gets third place, runs 3:29, number 2 all time for Great Britain. Hawker gets fifth place, runs 3:31, number 8 all time for US. Just who do you think has learned more from this Olympic experience, Josh Kerr or Cole Hawker? Because they're still very young going into these world majors. Who do you think has learned more, Jamison?
Man, I ain't gonna lie to me. I think Cole Hawker gained more out of his whole, like, from the college season going into the professional or Olympic season. I think he just got more out of it, man. Like, he was not on my radar. Like, I want to apologize to Aaron, man, because when he said Cole Hawker's gonna be the guy to look out for, I'm just like, who is this guy? Like, sure, he's fast. He's another Oregon Duck, middle distance guy. He'll be okay, I'm sure. No, man, like, he just came out the woodworks, and I'm thinking, man, like, he's on it now. You get that little taste of it, he's only going up from here. So I think just him being at that level just boosts that confidence level. Now he knows he can do it. Once you get there to that dance, now you know you can dance. Now you come back with that swagger, with that that training. Go back to that to Oregon training. If he stays, he has options now. But I think he got a little bit more than Kerr, just like out of experience. Not saying he's better than him, but I think he kind of gained more out of it.
Wait, before you go, because I already know what you're going to say, I'm going to say Josh Kerr. I think Josh Kerr learned a little bit more than Cole Hawker. I know he was there in the World Championships at the majors, but I think that 3:30, I don't know. I haven't ran these times yet, but I feel like a 3:31 to a 3:29 is a little bit of like breaking that barrier of a 3:30. I feel like means something. I feel like it means a lot in a certain type of way. And be able for Josh Kerr to run that 3:29, he's now in that same level, in the same stratosphere, like without a doubt, with Jacob and Timothy Cheruiyot and everybody that's broken 3:30 over the past 2 years. And it's not like he did it like in a diamond league, like in Monaco. He did it at the biggest stage. So I think this just shows that, like, oh yeah, I think he already had the mentality that I could run with these guys, but now he has proven to everybody that, like, no, yeah, I'm a real threat. Like, I can, next year at World Championships, like, I could potentially win this. I think that breaking that 3:30 barrier is real big for Josh Kerr.
Hey, and we're not hating on Josh Kerr, because, bro, I picked Josh Kerr on my running report pick him. Don't forget that.
You did.
People thought that was crazy.
What's kind of crazy?
What I think Josh Kerr got is confirmation. Like, I think Cole, like Jamison said, I think Cole learned the most because, like, bro, he was in college. He's 20, bro. To like get sixth place and the time that he ran at that age is crazy. But I think Josh Kerr just got confirmation because, like, he was, we knew, we seen him. We were at the meets he was at. We knew that he was gonna run well and be an actual actual threat. He's been running insane all year, but people haven't been really like paying attention to him like that. So I think Josh Kerr just got confirmation, and I think this is really big. What Josh Kerr did is really big for the Brooks Beast. Like now they have so much legitimacy. Like Josh Kerr is better than every single 1500 meter runner in America, and he trains in Seattle on the Brooks Beast. You know, so it's like you're coming out of college. That's a potential place. Like now he got like a LeBron type effect, being like the best, being the third best in the world. It's like, bro, why are you gonna go train with Matthew Centrowitz? You could come train with Josh Kerr on the Brooks Beast. So I think that was a huge win for the Brooks Beast in that way. But yeah, Cole, he had to have learned a lot because he's never been in the international race before. So it's gonna be interesting to see if he's going back to school, running pro, or even if he is going back to school, like what is that gonna look like? He gonna run cross country this season?
I don't know. I hope he go gets that bag either way. Go get that bag. If it's that scholarship bag or it's the pro bag, you know?
Yeah. Maybe you
get can both.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Maybe
now you can get both.
True. But I think we were really happy about with the men's 1500 for the U.S. and the women's 4x4. But when we got to the USA men's sprints, it wasn't all sunshine and lollipops, to say the least, especially for Carl Lewis. Like, for real, that man was kind of pissed off. But for the U.S. men's team sprints, like there were some upsets, there were some defeats. Let's start off with the men's 200, bro. Let's go off right off the bat. Was this a good day for Andre DeGrasse, beating the US 3, running number 8 all time in 19.62, or was just a bad day for US? They still placed 2 through 4, but the expecting was Noah Lyles winning. He's number 4 all time in the 200. And with Kenny Benderek right there, he got second place in the race, and then Ariane Knight, the young phenom, getting 4th place in the race. Was the men's 200 a good day for DeGrasse or a bad day for US, Jamison?
Oh, man, I don't want to be disrespectful to Andre, man, but he's a cold man. But I really, truly, my heart feel like if this Olympics would have happened a year prior, where it should have happened, I think Noah Lyles would have got him. So I'm going to say that Noah Lyles had a bad day. It was a bad day in America in the 200-meter dash. Like, he just didn't look himself. Like, even I watched the little things, not just the race, but like the way they approach the race, the way they get to the blocks, their swagger. He's a swagger guy. He looked kind of like empty inside before he got in that race. He didn't seem excited. He wasn't hyping himself up. He was just like he knew something was off. So I don't know. I feel like I still think Andre and him would have had a good race, and Andre still may have won. But come on, man! Like Noah Lyles should have did a lot better than that. As far as expectations and what he did, it wasn't it. It just wasn't it for me.
Yeah, I feel that.
I mean, at the end of the day, he was the reigning world champion. He got third, not even second. So like, for me, it's hard to say because like on one end, I agree with Jamison. I'm like, bro, like, of course, like Noah Lyles should have won. Like it was bad, but we got second, third, and 4th place, right? So I'm like, well, did Noah Lyles do bad or is he just a little inconsistent and this is who he is? Like, and like maybe we're people catching up to him. Like, is that because Kenny Benderek, he's been there all year. We've had questions.
Uncle Kenny.
We had questions about Noah all year. You know, at the trials, I was like, dang, we've been disrespectful. We've been saying, because we were, you got to play around with it.
That was you. That was you. No, that was you. Don't get it twisted. This man was saying Noah Lyles is going to make the Olympic trials final.
Hey, I didn't say he wasn't going to make the final. All years was like, is he about to lose to a high schooler? I was like, is he about to lose to Ariane Knight? Like, I was like, I don't know, like for a second. But then he did his thing, and I was like, all right, like, he's on another level. Like, so I was surprised. I was definitely surprised when watching the Olympics to see him not even get second. Like, I definitely expected him to win. But hey, kudos to him for getting the bronze. We ain't medal shaming.
What's up, bronze? That's big. That's big, especially to start off his journey, because first Olympics and then be back in 2024, like real soon. And I'm pretty sure he's gonna be back in the World Championships, so he still has some chances. But this is just the first step back. Happy for Andres DeGrasse, because I am a USC homer, especially when it comes to football and track. So to see him get a medal, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool with that. But also men's 400, we did see a defeat. No American got on the medal stand, and which is real crazy. A crazy stat is that I believe back in May or April, there were the top 7 guys at one point. The top 7 men in the world were all American in the 400-meter dash, and no Americans got on the podium. Stephen Gardner goes back-to-back major wins. Like he won 2019, the 400 in the World Championships. This year, he wins it in a 43.85. Zambrano right behind him in second, Karani James in third. And I feel like there's a lot of stories we can take from the men's 400, but I want to ask you, what was your guys' biggest story to take away from this? Was it Stephen Gardner's back-to-back major world championship wins? Was it Karani James now medaling in the past 3 Olympic Games after 2016? He hasn't ran much, hasn't done too much. Or is it Michael Norman, number 4 all time, the guy that we said, Tiger blood, missing the Olympic podium in his first Olympics? Aaron, what was the biggest story for you from the men's 400?
Dude, the biggest story, just period 400, it's vets. Being a veteran matters. Like, Karani James, like you just said, 3-time Olympian, right? Stephen Gardner, back-to-back Olympic champion, and then Michael Norman's left out. And let's give a quick shout out to our girl, Allison Felix. If you would have told people 2 years ago, Allison Felix is going to get a bronze medal at the 2020 Olympics or 2021, whatever you want to call it, everyone would have been like, nah. But like somehow she found a way, bro, to get a medal. And there's something about like, we just had a younger team this year and a lot of people's first Olympics. I know some of them have been to world championships, but I don't know, man. Like there's something different about the Olympics, and being there before really does help. So like, yeah, Michael Norman is definitely better than 5th place. I don't know. When I say that, I don't know, because I'm like, he is better than 5th place, but is he not? If he's not there mentally or whatever it is to perform at that very moment, then maybe he is just not there yet. Maybe we just got ahead of ourselves when he ran that 43.4 at Mount Sac. I'm just saying, like, because I don't want to disrespect the other people that beat him. If they beat him, they beat him. But look at Allison Felix. Look at, like, that's what I'm saying. For example, Karani James, bro. This is his 3rd Olympics, and he's just figuring it out and figured out a way to beat Michael Norman. Should he have beaten him? No, but like when it was time to beat him, he did it.
All right, Jamison, you got something to say? This man's
I got something to say about this, man. So the 400-meter dash is my race. That's what I focus on. That's what I like to be involved with when I'm watching. What I expect a lot, especially from the U.S. men.
Domination.
The biggest story from the 400-meter on the men's side, I don't want to say Michael Norman misses the podium. I want to say just the whole men's 400. Every runner who runs the men's 400. I'm disappointed. That we did not show up. How many guys we have in the final from US?
Two.
Yeah. We supposed to dominate this race. This is our event. 400, football forward. No question. We should own this event every single year. World Championship, Olympic year. And watching it, man, I don't know. Michael Norman, like that, it was his race to win. He supposed to win that race. Not get second, third, fourth. He supposed to win. And I don't want to be disrespectful to Karani James, because I mean, hey, like I said, veteran matters. I'm a big proponent of that, man. Like knowing how to race in the big moments and when it counts, that's a big thing. Doing that with experience. But Michael Norman just getting what he got, man. That was not it. Like I was vastly disappointed. I was almost upset. I walked out upset. Like, are you kidding me?
It was awful. It was
like I was shook.
To see his interview too. Like he couldn't even talk. It's like, dang, I
think he was shook.
Yeah. I felt bad.
I hate to be the negative Nancy, but I'm just like, all I walked off with that was just like, man, that was it. We didn't do well. We didn't do well.
Hey, and everyone does, like, I don't know. You have those times, you know, where it's just like, yeah, there's really nothing to say. It's like,
he will be back. I know that. But it's just, you know, you're on the big boy stage. That was it. That was the moment to solidify it, and it slipped.
But also, congratulations, Michael Cherry, PR 44-2-1. Had a great season. He's definitely going up from here as well. Finished fourth place. He's definitely going up for sure. Some more hot takes for you, bro. We gotta go into false start.
Oh no! I believe Usain Bolt false started. I think Usain Bolt just false started.
Where we give you some of our hottest takes and we really just break down to see if those hot takes are just too early, just whack, or just should not be on here. And we'll just go on to our false start. And first up, I gotta ask you guys, bro. Rai Benjamin, he was the silver medal in the 400-meter hurdles, broke the previous world record, but still couldn't beat Karsten Warholm. But after looking at Rai Benjamin and the conversations that I've had with Aaron 2 years ago in the 2019, we were talking about who's gonna be the next star for US, and the real conversation was Noah Lyles or Michael Norman. That's who we were battling out. But after this Olympics, Rai Benjamin is the most impressive US young star. Is that a false start?
That's not a false start. That's 100. He got out. That's good. Like, I think he needs more respect. We need to put more respect on this man's name, bro. Like, this dude ran a 46-1. Like, what? And it's just like Dalia and Sydney, Carson and Rai. They're the greatest ever. And that was one of the greatest races ever, bro. And I believe Rai Benjamin is gonna beat Carson Warholm eventually and take that record. But we're gonna see them battle because Carson Warholm is not old. He ain't 10 years older than Rai is. So every Olympics, World Championship, it's gonna be them two. I believe Rai is gonna get him eventually.
Man, I was hoping you would say false start because I was gonna go off on you. But everything you said, I concur. I agree 100%. Like, people understand, man. Like, those hurdles is no joke.
It's crazy.
To go that fast, bro. I think the average person has to understand. He ran 46-1, right?
Yeah.
An open 400-meter dash runner with a 46-1 can get a D1 scholarship. This man ran that time with hurdles in the way.
It's crazy.
Now understand how fast that is.
That's crazy.
This man is something else. He's too young. He's too fast. He is the future, no doubt. Like, don't even talk. Why is this a topic?
I think on the 4x4, he split like 43, like 3.
Yeah, he had the fastest split.
He has
the fastest split. Yeah, he's impressive. I just want to see it. Like, I want to keep on seeing him run the 400 hurdles, but I'm on like, bro, just take a year off and just run the 400. Like, take a year off and run the 2. Take a year off and run the 8. Let's see what happens. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, take a year off and run the 8. Let's just see what you do. You know. But also another thing, Allyson Felix. We seen her what she did. Most decorated U.S. track and field Olympian ever. Her last Olympics. There won't be a U.S. Olympian greater than Allyson Felix ever. Is that a false start?
Honestly, thinking about this, no, that's not a false start. Like, to me, Allyson Felix, you know, I'm 26. 2004 is that was Athens. That's the first Olympics I can remember in my life, bro. I seen her first Olympics to her last. I was 10 years old in 2004, you know? So, like, to me, like, she's my MJ, bruh, you know, or she's my Kobe. Like Allyson Felix, like, how you not know? If you run track and field, like, everybody knows who Allyson Felix is. Like, she's the GOAT. She's, you know, Jackie Joyner Kersey, she's my Flojo. Like, I can't, you know, she's been in bro, she has medals in the 4x1 and the 4x4. Like, what? Like,
True.
I don't know. I don't know if I could see someone else because she's so versatile and, like, as a sprinter too, from like running in the 1 to the 4 to have those medals in that range. we don't really have anyone unless that's, Fred Curley about to become Allison Felix or something. But we don't have anyone that's that great at just like so many events like that. And Allison Felix is now a brand. Like, she's MJ. She just came out with her own shoe too.
Oh.
So like, she really just completely changed the game for women, for mothers, and for just like the shoe thing is revolutionary as well, like sponsoring athletes. So she's becoming like, she's transcending track and field.
What for you, Jamison?
No, like what he was saying, to me, yes, the 4x1s, the 1, the 2, the 4, the medals, that's all great. That's all fancy. But what makes her legendary and makes her the greatest of all time, so no, not a false start, get to the point. What she did, she changed the game forever. Like, for women's sport, not track and field, women's sport. Every brand has to say, this is how we do things. This is how we go about things when this situation happens. When she was pregnant and the contract issues and she was done, we wrote her off. She came back. She is the greatest comeback story. She could have stopped the day she got pregnant and said, I'm done. And she would have been the GOAT regardless. But the fact she came back with all odds against her, brought her baby like to the trials, the dad's cheering in the crowd. It's moments like that where you can't write that up. That's movie script stuff right there. Like, she went beyond, and then the fact that she went and got her own medal again at her main event.
That's crazy.
Like, that's not supposed to happen. Like, it's the stories you tell. It's like, people may not remember the time he ran or how many medals he won, but they'll remember the impact that she had on the sport. Greatest.
Remember
men or women, greatest in the U.S.
Remember when Kobe, his last game, Shaq was like, go get 50. He got 60. We were like, Allison, go get a medal in the 4x4. She brought home a bronze in the individual event.
Hey, just wait till I think Mo triples at one of these world championships and wins the 400 4x8 and the 400 800 and the 4x4.
Hey.
Then we can have this conversation again, maybe. I don't know.
If she starts doing that on the regular, that would be crazy.
She might run the 15. She can.
8:15 4x4.
That girl got a range.
This is high school. This is the California State meet.
Arcadia, bro.
Last false start I got for y'all. Molly Seidel, super big day. Third marathon of her life, gets third place at the Olympics behind the women's half marathon world record holder and the women's marathon world record holder. Molly Seidel is the best American marathoner in the past decade. This is definitely Aaron's. I didn't write this. I just want to put that out there right now. So Aaron, what are you? Is that a false start?
Yo, that's I'm talking big. I don't know how to write that. Are we saying women or just overall? Overall, shoot, dang, I might mess myself up because I just thought about like Galen Rupp has a silver and bronze too. But I would just say Molly. You know what? I'm gonna stick to my guns. You know what? Yeah, that ain't a false start because it's not just about the medal. It's about the field. This was like the greatest field ever. You had the world record holder, who she finished right behind, and then Ruth, who's the half marathon best ever. And it's only her third race, but as they were saying during the broadcast, like, we haven't medaled in the women's marathon since like 1908. I don't even know. Shalane never medaled. Desi never medaled.
Dina Castor's last race.
Why couldn't Shalane or Desi could never medal, bro? But like on the global stage, Molly Seidel in her third marathon gets a medal. I think it's just telling of what she has in the future, and she has an incredible story too, recovering from the eating disorder, taking off, like holding back from the past Olympics, and then coming into this one on her third one, just sticking it out. I don't know. All this talk about, these people that were world leaders to win and stuff, and they didn't do it. Molly, third marathon, just a gamer, came through. So I don't know, man. That's all I really need to see to know that she's the best.
I don't know, man. Like, is it a false start? That's my question. And I don't want to say it's a false start, but I'm gonna hold the gun for a while before I let it go off. Like, I'm thinking about it. Is she the greatest marathoner, American marathoner in the past decade? This was one of the greatest moments. But for me, was it just a moment? Can one moment solidify your whole being one of the GOATs of the past decade, or do you need to do it again? I want to see her do something like this, like one more time. I want to make sure it wasn't just a great day, feeling good. Because I'm not trying to, downplay nobody, but remember, was it Des Linden? She won Boston. And she was the first American to do it in like how many years?
No medals though.
I'm just saying, every dog can have a day. And I like Molly. I like her. I'm trying to like, on a personal level, I'm like, yeah, man, go. But just like looking at it, like, would you put her, if you had to pick 5 Americans right now and had a race on any given day, is she gonna beat them every single time in a marathon?
Bro, like if there was power rankings, she would probably she may be 4 or 5 for me.
That's what I'm saying. Is she gonna win every single? To me, like, to say you won the best in the past decade, the best, like, you gotta be consistent. Kipchoge, we can't argue that he's the best.
Definitely not.
So when you say American women's, marathoner, like, is she gonna win every single time? I think she might win 2 out of the 5 races or something like that. Maybe she'll get top, but
I'll say
I'm a hater right now.
I would say I don't know if she's dominant. Like, I don't know if she's beating Aliphine every time. I don't know if she's beating Emily Enfield or Sarah Hall every time. But I can tell you this: every time she's either first, second, or third. And I can't say that about the marathon. Is so up and down, and I don't feel that way about. I don't know. I ain't gonna, I gotta rep Aliphine though.
And it's a marathon. A lot can happen in a marathon. I mean, you can be on top or down depending on any point in that race. But I'm not gonna say false start. Like, I'm giving respect. But like I said, I'm gonna hold the gun a little longer before I shoot it. But I need one more race from her. Just one more big top notch race. One more dub.
It's okay. I'll say false start, so we're all good. I'll say false start. It's a false start. But let's move on. Back onto our Olympics recap. We gotta talk about this women's 10,000 real quick, because this was one of the most exciting. Like, people are like, the 10,000 isn't exciting, but when you get the right storyline, the 10,000 could be one of the most exciting races on the track, especially that last 800. And Sifan Hassan getting that bronze, getting that gold medal in the 10,000, a couple days before getting the bronze in the 1,500 as well. And like winning the 10,000, you just see on the track all dead and everything. Like, what does this triple really mean for Sifan Hassan's legacy after beating the world record holder in the 10K at the Olympics and like getting third place to some of the greatest 1,500 meters of all time, and then winning the 5,000? What does this triple mean for Sifan Hassan's legacy?
And bro, it just solidifies her as like greatness. I think we came into this year knowing how good she was potentially and everything. Everyone knew how good she was and how talented she was. But I think just solidifies it, in the history books. Like, there was a woman that tripled and got double gold and a bronze, bruh. Like, I'm just so happy that I was able to watch that. That was crazy. And yeah, her kick is just insane. It wasn't even fair in the 10K, bro. Like, she had, to have the type of strength that she has, but to be able to move like that at the end of the race, it's not even fair, bro.
Honestly, like, once they came last 800 and she was still in the running, it was all like, oh, she's winning. Like, you can't let her be that close to you. Yeah, that just can't happen.
But it's that range. Like, people don't understand. Like, when you race, you train, most people train for one race, maybe or 2 races. It might be a 2-4 guy, or you run the 8-1500. To go from the 15 to the 5K to the 10K, that's a big difference in like what you're doing. How you should not be great at all 3 of those things at that level. This is not like a high school level. I can run the 2 mile and no, this is the world's best. This is the greatest all on one stage, and you're able to compete at those levels at all 3 events, bro. Like, has this been done before?
No, I think not this triple. I think the last triple this happened, I believe sometime in like, it was either 1960 or 1990. I know that's a big gap, but I don't remember the date, but it was like 4x1, 4x4. Oh no, it was like individual events. So it was like the 100, 200, and like 400, something like that. But like, it wasn't all golds. She had 2 more golds than her. But go ahead.
And the thing is, it's a distance race. Like, I'm not trying to downplay sprints. You know, I'm a sprint guy of the sprints. But I understand to recover and go back and recover and go back to race again through all the rounds and that was amazing. Like that. No. And to beat the world record holder.
Bro, and the only race she lost was the 15-meter 100 final. But when I say that, it's like she wasn't losing prelims. Like, she wasn't losing. She fell and still got up and won her prelims. Like, she ran like almost like 10 total races and only lost 1. Like, that's crazy.
It's the only person that we can really say that's greater than Sifan Hassan right now is like, I honestly don't even know, to be honest. Maybe I'm just not educated enough, but like, I feel like there's no one really, we've seen anyone better. If there's anyone even better, it would be like Dababa, but like Kazembe Dababa, but we haven't really seen her that much, or she hasn't running to her caliber, but like there's no one really even, I don't know. She's in a league of her own. She has the biggest track bag out there. She definitely has the biggest bag.
Her range is crazy, but let's just also say on the women's distance side, there's so many great athletes right now, because Faith Kipyegon is incredible, bro. Like, and Gabet, who she beat in the 10K, like, that's the world record holder. Faith Kipyegon, 351. She's right there, close to the world record as well. So it's just like, bruh. And Gaddafi in the 5K. So it's like the people that, it's not like she's going up against a weak field either. Like, this is like the best we've seen in women's distance running, like, ever right now, too.
Facts. But the last person that done that got 3 individual medals at the Olympics was Fanny Blankers-Cohen. She won gold in the 100, 200, and 80-meter hurdles, and then also the 4x100-meter relay in 1948 London Games. So
that's crazy.
There we go.
That ain't happening. That most definitely is not happening. But that's pretty much wrapping up our Olympic recap and everything that went down. Like, there's so many amazing races, and I really just want to give like you guys' opinion as a whole on just these Olympic Games, because I think we were really fighting for these Olympics to happen. Like, last year, we wanted these to happen like during quarantine to give us something to watch, and it was disappointing when it didn't. Be able to bounce back this year and have the Olympics, then no fan, like have the Olympics and think we're gonna have fans, then we're thinking, oh, no one can from outside the country can come, and then absolutely no fans at all. But then it's still going on, and like the disappointments for the US, but still having some great races as a whole. Like, what was your guys' thoughts of just the Olympics as a whole and it going on in 2021?
People was like downplaying it. They were just like, oh, you know, this mobile thing is kind of like interesting, but like no one ever like, I guess what I'm trying to say is there's so much to go into the Olympics to get there. And I hate that the whole vibe of the Olympics kind of got like downplayed a little bit, because all these athletes aren't all millionaires, believe it or not. You know, football, basketball, they have, you know, these contracts. Most of the guys work full-time jobs. They got families. They're working hard day and night to get to this point. And for them to get there, and we're kind of like, you know, there's so much distractions away from what they're doing. It just sucked, you know, like no fans being there to me kind of just did change the vibe. Not having, you know, your friends and family there. Then you have all the social issues surrounding the, you know, the politics around it. It was sloppy. It was not it. To me, like, I think, you know, next one we have, there'll definitely be more of the vibe that we're used to. But this one was just kind of, you know, it was the Olympics. And that's all it was. Nothing more, nothing greater. Just, yeah.
And waking up at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. didn't really help. Didn't really help my case. I was definitely tired, still feeling the effects. And then as we close out too, though, next week, me and Aaron, we're actually this coming out Tuesday. Next week, me and Aaron, we will be at the pre-classic checking out those races and everything. The pre-class is going to be hype. It's basically Olympics part 2 for track and field. And I hope it's going to be a lot of hype going on around it too, because Sha'Carri Richardson's back. So everybody tell your friends, all the people that were like, I ain't watching Olympics because Sha'Carri ain't running, tell them on NBC, August 22nd, Sha'Carri Richardson is racing the 100 to 200. Let them know because they need to show up for this. They need to show up. If they were watching that Beats commercial, they better be showing up and watching Sha'Carri compete. You feel me? But we got to talk about this pre-classic, especially the 100 meter dash, because they got some interesting races. And the men's side, we basically got the 100 that we want with Trayvon Bromell now in the race with everybody from the Olympics, plus Michael Norman coming down to run the 100. Don't forget, he's a 9.86 guy. And then the women's side in the 100, we got that Jamaican triple who went 1, 2, 3 at the Olympics, plus Sha'Carri Richardson battling out. Which race are you guys most interested in, that men's 100 or the women's 100?
Wait, before we answer this, I gotta get my charger. Okay, my laptop about to die.
All right, I'm gonna get mine off then. What's more exciting for me? To me, who's calling me? Anyway, the women's 100 to me is gonna be about the same it was in the Olympics. I expect the same result. Plus Sha'Carri.
Oh wow.
That's what I expect. I expect Jamaica 1-2. Sha'Carri gonna get third or second. It may be, so it's a fight for second. I don't think she's gonna win the thing. So it'll be fun to watch. I'll watch it. The men's 100, see, that's what I want to see. Kind of like the Olympics. What we saw at the Olympics was just like it could have been a bad day for a few guys. This is this is the redemption. This is what we expect to see. So, especially with Trayvon Bromell, man, like he was the man to win it. And he didn't get through the rounds. And so here we are, a few weeks later at a big time meet, big time race, big time competition. This is basically the backlash of WrestleMania.
WrestleMania backlash. For real, it really is.
That's how I feel about it. It's like it's what we saw, but this is like the part 2 of it. Like this is what the optional, like this is the DOC of the Olympics. Now I want to see it go down.
Aaron, I know you were just going, but Jamison just said about the women's 100, he ain't really excited about it because he thinks it's gonna be the same thing. He don't think Sha'Carri's in the running, and I know you got something to say about that. So I know I just have to.
Sha'Carri Richardson, bruh, come on, bro. Sha'Carri, I'm just kidding. No, that's gonna be the most exciting race, bruh. Like Sha'Carri Richardson is about to show y'all why she's that girl at Prefontaine. Like, for sure, I need Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes, Dwayne Wade, Michelle Obama, all y'all that were just trying to profit off if y'all really about it.
Yeah, why you throwing Michelle Obama in that, profiting off her name?
Cause I hate seeing on social media when everybody be fake caring, when everyone try to be fake caring about things. So if you really care about Sha'Carri Richardson, you really think she really with that, Kanye West, you better be at pre. You better be watching.
Oh. Yeah, everybody must be a culture vulture. They want to, I can get some hype from this. Oh, let me hashtag this. Let me do that.
Ooh.
Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see it. I support her. I she'll do great, but just on a track and field standpoint, I think she'll get second or third.
Hey, I'm telling y'all this. So like I said, everyone's trying to jump on, profit off her, right? But she gonna make y'all more money. All I'm saying is keep betting on Sha'Carri. Because she about to show y'all something, bro. Sha'Carri's a different type of athlete, bro. Like, you know how I feel about Cole Hawker? She the same way. She a gamer, bro. Like, she about to destroy at free. She gonna come into this different, bro. This her Olympics.
Destroy. He said destroy.
This her Olympics. She gonna prove a point. Trust.
Quick question. Sha'Carri Richardson. You think she'd be the new face of women's sprints?
She already is. She already is.
So because when you say track and field last 20 years, you probably think, oh, Bolt, that's the face you see. If I say track and field, is she the face now?
You're gonna find out. We're gonna find out at pre.
I think she is.
I think she already is, but pre is don't be telling. Like all I'm saying is all she needs to do is break the world record, which is a big feat. But if she breaks the world record, to my opinion, she gonna be bigger than Bolt. She gonna be the biggest.
Wow.
She gonna be bigger. If she break the world record, get a gold medal, she gonna be bigger than Bolt.
I think she could be too if she breaks the world record.
The US,
what?
She a US
the world record is. I don't know, but I don't.
She already.
I don't.
She already on Kanye West's commercial for Donda, the biggest album.
I don't.
She already done nothing. She already on commercial.
Okay, but we will say
the
that
world
if
record. The world record is so low, though. The world record is so low. It's 10-4-9. So if she does that, that would be crazy. I don't think no one's touching the world record this year. But if she does like 3 years from now, she could take over. But also just the fact you bringing up like who's going to be the face, like no matter what, I feel like whoever takes over and like you say track and field, who's that person you think about? It's going to be a woman. Like it's going to be a woman. It's either going to be Sha'Carri Richardson, Sydney McLaughlin, or a thing Mo. I think I could say it off rip. Or Gabby Thomas. If Gabby Thomas does something like really, really amazing, it could be her. Like she breaks the 200-meter world record.
I agree.
It could be her too. So like
it's gonna be a woman.
I think it's gonna be a woman for sure, hands down. That's that next like face, and that's
USA track and field is women heavy like now. Like that is the face of track and field in the US is the women. Like we just named that 4x4 lineup. All the stars are on the women's side. You know, like to be honest, our men's stars to the US expectations, you know, everyone felt like they underperformed, even though when you go through the medal count, like they didn't really do terrible. Like we got medals, just really weren't winning every single race like we're so accustomed to. But yeah, I don't know. I think Sha'Carri she's just a bigger personality than all those other amazing women that we have, and she just brings a different type of intensity to the sport that I think a lot of like men will also be super hype about.
So let's just hope that Kanye is after pre-classic and he drops Donda the same day. Let's just hope that happens, and maybe she wins and he drops Donda. He's all like, "Dang, I gotta drop it now." Or maybe we get a live performance at Brie after she wins. She wins and a helicopter brings Kanye from the sky. I don't know. Kanye, we can make this work.
Man, he ain't showing up. he won't even drop his album on time. You think he want to show up to this race?
Bro, just bring Pre to the Superdome in Mercedes-Benz Arena, bro. Bring it there, and he'll like, come on. We can just make it an indoor meet. Open up the Sky Dome. You feel me? It'll be fire.
He ain't going to Pre though just because he hate Nike though. He hate Nike.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, Yeezy. He should start it. Hey, low key. If Sha'Carri go off, what if she signs with Yeezy? Imagine that.
She watch her.
That would be kind of lit.
Sign up with though. Imagine this though. If she just sign up with Rock Nation, right? Listen, I'm gonna bring y'all in. I'm bringing y'all behind.
That's a real possibility.
Wait, she signed up with Rock Nation, right? And who does Rock Nation? Who's the main sponsor with Rock Nation?
Puma.
And who did Puma sponsor?
Andre DeGrasse? I don't know.
No.
Who are you talking about?
Usain Bolt.
Oh, shoot.
Who knows how to advertise the biggest face of track and field? Come on, bruh. And you with Jay-Z and Rock Nation, LaMelo Ball, KD. Bro, I'm telling you, it'll be next level. And she be with, and she gonna be with the culture if she go with Rock Nation, bro. It'll be over. It'll be over.
Facts.
It's Jello.
Facts.
Right.
I can't say nothing about that. I'm like,
yeah, I'd be fired. She with the Rock Nation. Hey, is Jello making the league though?
Yes.
False start. False start.
I think he's gonna make the league, bro. I think he's gonna make the team. I think
that man got a lot of tattoos.
You look like a
that man has a great father. He has two brothers that make great money. You know, I love how the brothers stick together. So whatever they make, they all eat. So fortunately, he don't gotta make the league. And if he did, he's not gonna make it. He'll make the G League squad for a few weeks for some easy press, but that's about it.
they're going too hard on Bleacher Report on him right now. They showing way too many clips, bro. Like,
It's like, bro, just chill. Let him cook. Let him cook.
yeah.
If they let him cook, I'll probably be more on him. But because I'm pushing it so hard, I'm like, is this a Tim Tebow distraction or is this for real?
Tim Tebow distraction.
Wait, has he played yet in the preseason? Is he still on the team?
Oh yeah, is he on the Jaguars now? Wait, he's a tight end.
Yeah, he's a tight end.
I don't know, man. This dude is. I don't know. I thought he was playing baseball. Like,
hey, that's a whole different podcast, though.
Tim Tebow or DK Metcalf in 100? Tim Tebow or DK Metcalf?
Shut up. Oh God.
That would have to be a 40 or something. A 30, bro, for Tebow. But man, thanks y'all for coming on. Definitely special shout out to Jamison, bro, coming on and joining us for our Olympic recap. Really do appreciate it, bro. And just coming on, making it 3 black runners this week. We appreciate having you on.
Oh man, I love you guys. You know, they said buy the shirts, guys. I already caught mine last week, so it's on the way. You know, I would recommend get the fast shipping, guys. I'm still waiting for mine. Get the fast shipping, pay that $4. Get your Running Report t-shirt, For the Culture t-shirt, you know, repping it. You guys are doing some good stuff. Good job with everything you guys are doing on Instagram, YouTube, the podcast. I'm loving it. I'm feeling it. Keep going. And, you know, I hope one day I'm not, you know, you guys aren't too big to come back and hang out with me. You know, kind of, you guys are going to be big time. By the time next year, household names.
Hey, man, we're trying to get like you.
Hey, if we become big time, you can become big time too. That's facts. That's facts. We all gonna be big time.
Hey, but before we let Jamison go, what do you got going on? Anything coming up? You've been working on so many different things. Your camera work been crazy.
I've been behind the scenes doing stuff. You know, a lot of times I'm known for the YouTube stuff, you know, being in front of the camera, but I've been working with a lot of brands behind the scenes, filming documentaries, doing photo shoots for products, for a lot of the brands you guys know about, Saucony, Hoka, Lululemon. I've been doing stuff for them, not so much for me to promote, but I'm now getting back into the YouTube game a little bit, back to my antics, back to doing my nonsense, back to doing me. So look out for that on the YouTube channel, you know, Jamison Michael on YouTube, and then Jamison Runs on Instagram. Back to the antics, baby. That's what I like to do. So I appreciate about your podcast. You guys a little more untamed, a little more out there. So entertainment value. So I appreciate that.
No problem. Appreciate you coming on. Appreciate everybody listening, bro. If y'all like the podcast, make sure you guys rate and review it. Pretty please. We'd really help out. It would help out a lot. And it's really a big motivator just to know that y'all are listening. Follow us on Instagram. Follow all of us. Follow the Running Report Instagram, 2 Black Runners Instagram. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to give this video a like, share with a friend, anything and all that. See y'all next week on 2 Black Tuesday. This was 2 Black Runners. Enjoy y'all week, y'all. See ya.
Peace.